I just need 10 people, so if y'all want to count off for me. Teresa, start.
1, 2,
3, 4,
5,
6,
7,
8, 9, you.
10.
Count 10.
All right, thank you.
That's not a number.
Do you know how to count? I'll try.
All right, thank you. Now, I am become death, the destroyer of words. The words of Robert Oppenheimer echo through history as a forewarning about modern weapons. But that which has the power to destroy also has the power to create. With advances in leaps and bounds in the field of nuclear generators, it is time we use modern technology to free ourselves from our ever-increasing fossil fuel demands. The word nuclear carries with it unnecessary negative baggage. Nuclear power is safe, clean, and efficient, and we allow our irrational fears to cast this world-changing technology aside. Today we are going to be discussing the topics of coal versus nuclear, why you shouldn't be afraid, and the benefits we will reap as a society. America runs on coal. According to the Department of Energy, a little over 50% of all of our power comes from coal, and roughly only 20% from nuclear power. Coal power carries with it many negative effects. It produces chemicals, toxins, and emissions, shorting the lives of over 1 million people worldwide, according to the World Health Organization. A coal worker would not assume he would be at a higher risk for radiation poisoning than a nuclear power plant worker. But coal plants release 100 times more surrounding environmental radiation than a nuclear power plant does. With focus on greenhouse gases, coal power plants are the #1 source of human-produced CO2, while nuclear power plants release 0 CO2, according to the EPA. Mining of the earth threatens wildlife, pollutes ecosystems, and places many workers in harm's way. A uranium mine will produce equivalent energy that of 9 coal power plants combined. Many other developing countries rely heavily on nuclear power as its main source of power. Even the U.S. Navy runs on specially designed nuclear power plants. France runs on 78% nuclear power. And all the carriers and submarines of the U.S. Navy rely heavily on nuclear power. Coal power ships require coal shipments and are at risk of failure, while nuclear reactors on carriers can run for years on end. There is no such thing as clean coal. And to quote Ronald Reagan, all of the waste from a year of nuclear power can be stored under a desk. With the harmful nature of coal slowly surfacing, why do people still embrace this primitive fuel source over nuclear power? Fear. 6 fingers on each of your hands and a Chernobyl in your own backyard. This is the image that nuclear power conjures in the minds of the masses, and it's wrong. Outside of Chernobyl, no death related to nuclear power has ever occurred, according to the World Nuclear Association. Nuclear regulatory requirements make it so that no residents will need to be evacuated in the slim chance of a core meltdown. With a pebble reactor design, all systems could fail, and only result would be heat from the reactor. It's an idle state, the reactor is set to fail. Fukushima, here, creates a large amount of panic and fear because it was plastered all over the news, but no radiation-related deaths have occurred. The International Atomic Energy Agency has confirmed that no long-term effects of this reactor breach will result in any contamination. Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, and Fukushima are the three fallback points of opponents to nuclear power. But what makes these senseless arguments? Chernobyl was built by a collapsing Soviet Union and bypassed many needed safety features, even for a Generation 1 nuclear power plant. The secrecy of the Soviet Union led to the fate worse than needed to be. This was indeed a horrible incident. But coal still claims more lives each year in mining alone for it than any other problem with nuclear power. and it is slowly killing humans across the globe with air, water, and land pollution. 3 Mile Island did not even release enough radiation to match a chest x-ray, and according to the EPA, could not even raise the chance of cancer in one living person next to the plant. You receive more radiation from food each year and the world around you, roughly 2.4 Sarvit units, than the 0.09 Sarvit units you would receive from living next door to a nuclear power plant. But what is the incentive for getting over your fear? What is the pot of gold? Cheap, clean, efficient, and abundant energy. Imagine if here in America we made enough energy to sell to other countries. That we could decrease our CO2 output to percentages that it is today, and imagine if we reap the harvest of a nuclear generation. The return on investment on nuclear power can be as high as 150 years because of regulations, restrictions, and licensing needs. With proper support, the return on investment can be changed to 5 to 10 years, and the CO2 construction recuperation costs can be as short as 2 years. Nuclear power is 25% cheaper than coal and almost 25% cheaper than natural gas. With more electric companies taking interest in nuclear power, a capitalistic-driven economy will create even cheaper prices to match the supply and demand of the people. The environmental benefits will be some of the most promising of switching to nuclear power. Nuclear power can help us as a society embrace in a more environmentally friendly tomorrow. 2,800 lung cancer deaths, 19,000 asthma victims, 13,000 to 34,000 premature deaths each year are caused by our coal production process in America, according to the EPA. These lives could be a lot better and still exist in some cases if we had switched to clean nuclear fuel. Yucca Mountain was scrapped for policy reasons during the Obama administration and can be easily reopened as a project and accepted into final stages of storage for depleted uranium. With interest moving away from fossil fuels, more initiative can be given and focused on fuel projects to reduce the financial burden on the American people and our dependency on fossil fuels today. Clean fuel, lower cost to us, and a lesser burden on the environment. These are the forgotten promises of nuclear power. Conclusion: today we have learned that coal is harmful and slowly choking us and our environment. Nuclear is nothing to fear because the mistakes of the past have secured its future, and that we as a nation may grow with the use of efficient nuclear power. Quentin Reynolds once said, "The scientists split the atom, and now the atom is splitting us." Don't allow ourselves to be divided and experience the negative side of a positive opportunity. Thank you.